Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Nathan.
Welcome to episode 114 of Adventures and Mousecapades.
On today's episode, we're going to talk about how wherever Alicia has gone for the last few weeks, she's brought bad weather with her.
Yep.
Whether it's cold and rainy Florida, or cold and rainy Southern California, or cold and snowy at home outside Seattle, Alicia is clearly the problem.
I guess my weird EMP field messes with the weather.
Yes.
I don't know.
You blue screen computers, you have trouble with microphones, and you mess up the weather. So
and watches and Fitbits. I break those too.
Yeah.
I don't do nothing. I don't mistreat them.
No, you just are the problem.
I just am. It's all me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
Well played. I see what you did there. Well, on today's show, I'm going to interview Alicia and find out what she's been doing in Disneyland without me. Don't worry, I was in Disney World at the time, so no hard feelings. So, Alicia, why did you go to Disneyland in the middle of February?
It's midwinter break for the Pacific Northwest. We have a break in the middle of winter, thusly midwinter break. President's Day week is usually when it is. So
yeah.
Some people will go skiing during this time. We do Disney. And since one of our children is in college and does not get midwinter break off, it was just a trip with me and Sterling. So it was nice.
Nice. Very cool. So how busy was it? And as we've seen from other past trips to Disneyland during school breaks, how many people did you know that you saw down there?
It was very busy down there. It was, according to the crowd calendars, it was an 8 or a 9 every single day for both parks. I didn't see anybody I knew. Sterling saw somebody that he knew, though.
Cool.
So that was cool. We were walking through the Fantasyland area, kind of over by the teacups, and somebody yelled Sterling's name, and it was somebody from church. So that was cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about the crowd calendars, you are referring to touringplans.com.
Yep.
Again, not sponsored. We don't have sponsors. If anybody wants to sponsor us, let us know. But that is a very awesome website. They do all sorts of analytics on just about everything to do with Disney parks. And they have forecasts.
Yep.
We've been in 8s and 9s before. Do you think this was kind of comparable to past 8s and 9s?
It's different than Disney World 8s and 9s, I will say.
Okay.
I think it's more like a 7 or 8 for Disney World. Still busy, very busy, but not like wall to wall people.
Okay.
I don't know why that would be. It's probably just how they measure it in Anaheim.
Yeah. Well, different parks have different capacity. There's a lot more room to spread people out in the parks in Florida because the parks are just physically bigger.
Yeah.
If you're traveling between rides or restaurants or whatnot, there's more room for people to be. Mm-hmm. Whereas in California, you're definitely seeing those people more often. So, okay.
Yeah.
So
it was
pretty busy.
It was busy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Alicia, where were you staying?
We stayed at the Villas at Disneyland Resort, which is the DVC hotel there. We stayed in a studio room, which is the same one that we had last time. It's just one queen bed and a Murphy pull-down queen. The theme this time was a little different. Last time we had Princess and the Frog, a Tiana-themed room. This time it was Sleeping Beauty themed.
Oh.
With some really nice touches there. We had Sleeping Beauty's castle on the headboard of the main bed. And on the Murphy pull-down bed, there was a nice little painting of Princess Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, dancing in the forest with her, I think it was the animal friends. I can't remember if it was the animal or if it was Prince Philip.
Same thing.
Yeah, sure. And the rug, each one of the rugs has a saying depending on the theme. The rug on this one said, "A dream is a wish your heart makes."
Oh, very cool. So still a good choice to have bought DVC points there?
Yes, I think so. I mean, it's super convenient.
Yeah.
Nice resort. The food, the little restaurant there is phenomenal. And the pool's right there too.
Were there any special events or festivals going on at either of the two parks while you're down there?
No festivals. The Lunar New Year festival ended the day before we got there, which
timing.
sucks.
Excellent.
I would have loved to see that.
Yeah.
There's still a little bit of signage up in a couple of the places, but none of the stuff. I think they have another festival coming in a week or two. So we weren't there for any specific festivals. They did, however, have a special event while we were there, and that was the Anaheim Ducks Days.
Oh, cool.
The hockey team. So the Anaheim Ducks, I think it's their 30th anniversary is what I saw, 20th or 30th. I don't know. And they had a little pop-up over in California Adventure. There was just like games to play. There was a DJ doing music. You could try your hand at a hockey shot. I don't know hockey, so I don't know what any of the terminology is.
A slap shot. Got
A
it.
slap shot. Well, you could, see how fast you could do it and see if you could get it into the net. Goal, whatever.
You said something about Sterling set a record. What was that?
There was a timed thing where you had 10 pucks and tried to stack them as quickly as you could.
Okay.
And so he tried it once and got something like 3.5 or 3.75 seconds or something. I don't know, like that. It was not a record. And he's like, wait. I want to try that again. So he did it. And it was ridiculous. He did it in like 2.32 seconds.
Oh my
Stacking, it was crazy. You have to stack one at a time.
Right.
You can't like do two together and then stack it. You had to stack one at a time. And I don't know how he did it. I really wish I had gotten a video of it because it's like he just kept speeding up towards the end and it did not look real. It's so weird. But yeah, they didn't get anything for that. But the other cast members over there were like, "Whoa, that was really fast! You set a record!" Like their prior record was 3.25 or something. So.
Oh wow, he blew it away.
He blew it away. Yeah,
that's cool. No, I saw a couple pictures. He got a hat. What was that from?
So there's a DJ there, and there was all sorts of giveaways happening for a wristband. I did not pay attention to what that was. But they're talking about it, but. Because there's a DJ there and there's music going on, he wanted to dance. So he went over there and did some dancing and everything. And the people around were like, whoa, because he did his coffee grinder move. And
his hip hop stuff.
Yep. Then he just sauntered away. And the DJ's like, whoa, dude, get back here. And he's like, do that again. So Sterling did his dancing again. And the guy's like, you get a hat for that. So I gave Sterling a hat, and it's signed by one of the players, one of the goalies. I don't remember his name, but he's Czech, and he's a goalie. So
that's very cool.
Yeah, it's a little too big for him.
Yeah,
but he loves it, and it has the Ducks logo on it.
That's so cool.
Yeah. We also got to meet the Ducks mascot named Wild Wing, I think it was.
Okay.
And I will say, when we were going in there, I noticed there was a separate entrance for magic key holders.
Oh.
So I went in that way, and we got a towel. We got one towel, because there's only one magic key holder.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got an Anaheim Duck towel.
Sweet.
And we had Wild Wing sign that for Sterling. So that was cool. It was a lot of fun.
Very neat.
I got Wild Wing to pose, like to do a sassy pose with Sterling, so that was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we've always done and have lamented that it is no more is we love to hit La Brea Bakery there at the corner, right at the Esplanade at the end of downtown Disney for breakfast in the morning. Their breakfasts were phenomenal. La Brea closed last year because of reasons. Did you find a good place for breakfast?
Well, La Brea closed and Earl of Sandwich took it over, and they have a separate, well, they call it the Earl of Sandwich Tavern. It's where La Brea was. It's where the sit-down eatery area is.
Oh, okay.
And we decided to try that out, and it was pretty good.
Awesome.
They do not have as many choices as La Brea did,
Yeah.
but for a nice, quick breakfast, it's a good choice. They had a French toast was a croissant French toast.
Ooh.
Which is a different taste. The bread's, it's a little bit of a sweeter, butterier bread. I don't know how to say what it is. It was good. I only wanted it once. We went twice for breakfast there. And then I just got like their breakfast scramble thing, and that was good too.
Awesome.
We didn't have any set reservations for food at all this trip. I figured it's a lot easier to get food at Disneyland, and they have better food at Disneyland
Yes.
than at Magic Kingdom. And
Yeah.
I was like, we'll just do mobile orders or whatever. We'll figure something out.
Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom or Hollywood
Yeah.
Studio. Like pretty much anything in Florida takes a cake over anything, or anything in California, takes the cake over Florida. So
Yeah. And I found...
except for Gideon's, that place takes the cake. Literally.
Yes. And the cookies.
And the cookies.
Yeah. I found a couple of places that had last minute walk-up reservations, so we did those here and there.
Yeah.
And did mobile orders too. So we were fed well. We did well.
Nice. Any other kind of food highlights from the trip?
We got a Jack Jack's cookie num num, of course.
Excellent. Of course.
We were in California Adventure, and one of the things that we like to do at California Adventure is get some bread at the bakery there.
Yep.
And because they have delicious sourdough.
Yes. It's the boudin sourdough out of San Francisco.
I don't know how to say it. Boudin? Is that how
Sure.
you say it?
Why
Okay.
not?
Odin.
Whatever.
That area has now been changed to San Francisco, and they have a Baymax sourdough bread thing. And it is so cute. And the eyes on it are chocolate chips.
Oh, very cool.
So we got a Baymax sourdough bread, and Sterling and I ripped his head off. It was delicious. Food wise, let's see. Oh,
Do they still have the big Mickey
Yes.
sourdough as well? Okay,
They
good.
do. They still have that, and they still have the baguettes, the French baguettes.
French baguette?
Yep. Let's see. Food. What else did we do? We had dinner at Club 33.
Oh, nice.
And it was absolutely delicious. Some of the food was the same from when we were there before, but not all of it.
Okay.
I think last time we were there, I got like a short rib. They did not have a short rib. They did have a filet mignon though.
Ooh.
So all the adults at the table got filet mignon.
What did Sterling have?
He just had pasta. With butter noodles with cheese. So
Standard
typical
Sterling meal.
Typical stuff.
I can't throw stones though, because when I was a kid, it was go to Friendly's and to get a grilled cheese. So I get it. Now
Friendly's, oh my gosh.
Now I go to much fancier restaurants and evidently still get grilled cheese. So I guess not much has changed.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's talk about the parks. What were some of your highlights from Disneyland Park?
Well, 33.
Yeah.
I really kind of let Sterling drive on this one, do stuff that he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And he did not want to do rides that I wanted to do, unfortunately. So hopefully I'll hit those in August. I don't know. We hit Pirates. We hit Indiana. Haunted Mansion was closed.
It's going to be closed until the fall. Yeah.
Because they're doing all the work on the queue in there. So Haunted Mansion was closed. Splash Mountain, Tiana's Bayou was closed.
Yep. Is the water running in Tiana's Bayou Adventure yet? It's been running, and they're starting to do some ride vehicle testing here in Florida.
I don't think it was.
Okay.
It's not as easy to see as it is in Florida.
Okay.
The way that it's built around the walkway over there,
Right.
you can't really see in as much. I don't think they had the water going at all, though.
Okay.
Yeah. We also went to Toontown and rode Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway, and we got to go through the queue there.
Awesome.
And I love that queue. I am so glad we got to go in there. It's so neat. I love that it's a history of Mickey Mouse, basically, of the shorts and the animated shows that he's been in.
Yeah.
So it's like he's the movie star. So it's props from his history, basically. So there's like the sorcerer's hat is up there, the beanstalk is there, there's the plane from Plane Crazy. They have the Mouse-Gador from Mickey's Mouse Clubhouse.
Very cool.
And yeah, it's just a really neat queue.
Mickey
Exactly.
Mouse.
It's themed after the El Capitan Theater, except for it's the El Capitoon Theater. So there's the refreshments area over there.
Got it.
And they have made it so it looks like, there's candy you can buy, there's popcorn you can buy, all sorts of stuff. The popcorn is shaped like Mickey and Minnie heads. But it looks like popcorn. You can't tell that it's different shapes until you get up really close to it and look at it. I'm just like, the detail on this is ridiculous. It's amazing.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And they have like one of the candies there is a brown paper sack that literally says sack o' sugar. And there's power limes and lots of good stuff.
I hope they take a chance to perhaps apply some of that to the queue area in Florida. I know it's a different layout, but I was at Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in Hollywood Studios the other night when I was there at the after hours event. And I went through that queue and it is threadbare.
There's
like the
nothing
carpets are but the carpets are trashed.
Oh.
Like it looks bad in there. I was shocked. It needs some immediate TLC to at least like you could literally see down to the concrete. Like some of the carpet was like so torn up and just worn out and done. Because if I remember correctly, that's pretty much the queue that used to be there for the movie ride.
Yeah.
And they didn't refurb that area at all when they refreshed the rest of the ride and did everything. So it is in shocking need of repair.
Interesting.
Yeah. So here's hoping that they maybe add some of those elements to Florida if they take a second to redo. And if they don't, that's fine. But guys, take a night or whatever, a short like 2-day refurb and replace all that carpet because it does not look good.
And that's based on the Chinese theater.
Yes.
In Hollywood, which is literally across the street and like a block away from the El Capitan Theater.
What else did you get up to there in Disneyland? Any other?
In Disneyland, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is in the Disneyland part, which is cool.
Yeah.
Sterling got to make a lightsaber finally.
That's awesome.
He was telling me, he's like, "Oh no, I'm going to do a red one, blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay." And it's interesting to see how different our aesthetic tastes are for lightsabers. Mine is like silver and bronze, and I wasn't sure what he was going to choose. He went with like the natural type look, so it has I don't know how to say it, natural like bugs and nature and
interesting
sticks and stuff like that. So it's a very kind of a very raw look to it.
Yeah.
So the pommel, the very end of it looks kind of like a ram's horn almost.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was saying he was going to get red. And then the kyber crystals came up and he got to choose and he chose green. And I asked him, he's like, I just felt like that was the one I was supposed to get. I'm like, oh, I had that happen too. I was going to do blue. And then I was like, no, I'm supposed to have the purple one. So that was cool. The experience, he really loved the building experience.
Yeah.
And it's just such a beautiful moment when you're in there, especially if you are a Star Wars fan. It's very impactful and emotional. And Sterling was definitely feeling all that when we were in the building. So
that's
it was
so
really
special.
cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad that he was old enough. Well, I mean, he could have done it earlier, but we had made a decision that he needed to be a little bit more mature and with things. And I'm glad. It seems like that was the right decision.
Yep. And he, like I said, he felt the impact. It meant a lot to him. He was really happy to be able to do that. And we went back a little later, I think the next day or one of the days when it wasn't raining, because Disneyland has characters just walking around, and it'd be nice if, Batu East would do that, but they do not.
No comment.
So we were on the way over there. We were walking through Fantasyland, and Geppetto is just out there. Geppetto. I've never seen Geppetto. He was out. He was out in front of a cart, looking like he was ordering something. It was kind of funny. And it was like, Sterling, do you want a picture of Geppetto? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, we'll just walk by. And I just said, hi, Geppetto. And he turned around and he grabbed Sterling's arm, and I got some pictures with him anyway. And we made our way over to Batu again and saw Ahsoka. She came out, talked with her a bit, and Sterling asked her how she cleaned the Kyber crystal, basically like disinfected it. I don't know. Turned it from the red to the white. And I couldn't really hear her answer. She was talking very quietly and very, very specifically to him. Yeah. But we got some good pictures with her. And the stormtroopers and Kylo Ren were also walking around. And Sterling kind of got away from me at some point. I don't know what happened. Yeah. But I'm in my scooter because of my knee. And I think he went down some stairs. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. So I was trying to find the long way around. And I got down there and he was basically getting berated by Kylo Ren. I don't know what it was, but I caught the tail end of it. And Sterling, the look on his face, he's just like, oh no, I'm in trouble.
We have outsourced our parenting to the First Order. I love it.
Yep.
This will turn out well. I have a bad feeling about this.
One of the stormtroopers came by because he came over to me, or Sterling came over to me afterwards, and he said something, and I'm like, look, he just got away from me. I'm just coming to collect him. And he's like, okay, carry on. Oh, we also did get to go on Rise of the Resistance. I think it was like the first night we were there. Yeah. It was a 30-minute wait. And I was like, let's go on Rise. And Sterling was like, nah. I'm like, we are not ever going to get this low of a wait. Right. We are going to do this now. He's like, okay, fine. It was the B show, unfortunately, but it's all right. Still enjoyed it. Post still told me that I was a fine-looking recruit. So
you too?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the other half of the Disneyland resort when it comes to theme parks. What are some of your highlights from across the Esplanade over at Disney's California Adventure?
Let's see. We didn't do as much at California Adventure. It was more about just enjoying the vibes of that park rather than doing rides. Sterling did not want to do Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, which I was bummed for because I love that. Yeah. He also did not want to do Incredicoaster. So
interesting.
I know. He said he was worried about his tummy and his gutter force, as he calls it. So I was like, okay, that's fine. We don't have to do that. Yeah. We did do Radiator Springs Racers. I did pay extra for the fancy ride there. Yeah. And let's see, what else did we get into? Web Slingers. We did that. He loves web slingers. And he asked if he could get one of the fancy arm things that you can use. You can purchase separately to do better on the web slinger ride.
Hooray. Yes.
And I found out you can't just buy one. You have to buy two because you have the main part that you put on and then you have the accessory that actually does the stuff with the ride. So,
oh my God.
Oh, okay. Well, so he got the Black Panther, the Wakanda accessory. And he was having a lot of fun with that. It looked really cool.
Neat.
Oh, and I can't remember who it was. Oh, Jack Sparrow said that looked really weird. He was wearing it when we were over at Disneyland. Jack Sparrow's like, oh, that's weird. Just kept walking.
It's not wrong.
No. So Web Slingers, he did that. We didn't spend a lot of time in Avengers Campus, even though I love it. We did get to see Spider-Man do his little flip thingy in the air.
Excellent.
Had lunch at Pim's Kitchen because good. Didn't make it in time for breakfast, or Sterling didn't want breakfast there. I don't know. Yeah.
It just didn't happen.
It just didn't happen. We enjoyed Cars Land, got some pictures with the fire truck Red, Lightning McQueen. I think we saw Lightning McQueen. He was driving. We were walking behind him. We saw Mater. Walked through San Francisco. It looks so cool.
Yeah. Was Baymax out?
No, he wasn't. Hero was about to be out, but it was really busy, and he wasn't going to be there for another 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah, no, we're not going to stick around for that.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything over in the Pixar Pier area other than getting the aforementioned Jack's Num Num cookie.
Num Num cookie, yes.
Or cookie Num Num, whatever.
They're Num Noms. They're cookies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We walked around, just enjoyed the vibes, really.
Yeah.
Grizzly River Run was closed as well, but Sterling didn't want to go on that anyway.
Thank goodness, because it was already rainy.
Yeah. Well, it was rainy the Monday and the Tuesday, and then it wasn't rainy.
Okay, got it.
So
you're a new Magic key holder, and there is a special key holder restaurant that's there in DCA. Did you get a chance to go in?
We did. So I was under the impression that this was like a lounge area that you could just go into whenever. It is not. It's a restaurant. You have to have reservations to go there. You have to make reservations. We just did it as a walk-up, and it doesn't open until 1. Or it didn't open until 1 the day that we were there. I don't know if it's that way every day or not, but yeah. Let's see. We got up there. They seated us. It was nice, except for the family next to us had some very inconsiderate children. Like yelling and screaming. And,
oh my gosh.
And yeah, it was...
Kids, am I right?
Bad. I felt so bad for the cast member, and the parents weren't trying to control them at all.
Insert judgment statement here.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I was bad. After they left, I told Sterling, I was like, you are not to ever let your children behave like that.
What did he say?
He's like, no, that was not good at all.
Well, at least he knows the difference. So other than all of that, which obviously is going to taint kind of your overall enjoyment of the place, but how was, your appreciation of the atmosphere? How was the food?
There's kind of like 2 sections to the Magic Key Terrace. We were off in like the balcony area. So it's a lot more lighter. There's a lot more sunshine there. I would have rather have been in the other area just because, ginger and sun don't mix very well. But the food was good. The atmosphere was nice. Both Sterling and I got the fried chicken, which was like a full Cornish hen fried chicken. It was very good. And the drink I got was called the 54321.
Okay.
Very delicious. Nice and fruity and sweet.
Cool. I'm assuming that is named after the Incredicoaster and the launch.
Probably. And they had a coin thing up there. You can get souvenir coins that say Magic Key on them. So, of course, I got a couple of those.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And where is that restaurant? It's kind of over on the
above
right of the...
Yeah, it's above the Italian Trattoria restaurant, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, nice. I should also mention when we were over in Disneyland, Sterling and I did get to also check out the DVC member lounge that's over there in the Star Wars Launch Bay area.
Yeah.
Lots of seating up there. If you just want to go up and rest, it's a great place to go if you are a DVC member. And you have to have bought directly from Disney. I don't think you can get up there if you have bought resale.
Well, you could have bought resale, but as long as you have, I think it's 150 points direct.
Yeah. nice area. There's plenty of seating. They have a Coca-Cola freestyle machine up there so you can have drinks. And there was like chips and pretzels up there if you wanted to munch on something.
Okay.
So it's just an area to chill out.
And that's in
super
Space
special.
Mountain or next to Space Mountain?
No, it's next to Space Mountain. It's think of like where Carousel of Progress would be.
Okay, got it.
Sterling wanted to know where the People Mover was, and I'm like, oh, I do too.
It is gone.
Yes.
You
can still see the remnants of it, but
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh well. So I know we've talked about you had a run in with Geppetto and Jack weighed in. Captain Jack Sparrow weighed in on Sterling's adornment there. Any other interesting character interactions during your week?
Let's see. We saw Captain Hook out walking around the Matterhorn area, actually. And
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they just walk around. I think he was on his way to Fantasyland, maybe. So we saw him. We saw Pinocchio walking by as well. And over in California Adventure, I don't know if they're called this here or not, but they have the Citizens of Hollywood out.
Oh, cool.
And Sterling saw somebody. He's like, is she famous? Is she a movie star or something? I'm like, what are you talking about? And then he pointed her out. I'm like, oh, why don't we go ask her? So we went over there and he talked to her. She's in a beautiful blue outfit and hat and has a dog. Not a real dog, it's a puppet, but she makes it look like it's a real dog.
Yeah.
And there's also an officer next to her as well. His name is Officer Blue, and he was dressed all in navy blue. And I told them, I was like, Sterling has an important question for you. I was wondering if he could ask. And she's like, oh yeah, sure. And he asked her, he's like, are you a movie star? Are you famous? And she loved that so much. Her name is Donna, and the officer is Officer Blue, and they had a really nice conversation with him, and it was just really sweet.
I love that. They call that streetmosphere. And
Yeah,
I love that Disney does that.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that's been very slow to make a comeback after the pandemic, and it's great to see more and more of that, happening. So
Yeah, and they had bands out on the little hub area in front of Carthay Circle every once in a while.
Yeah.
I don't know if they started bringing all that back at Hollywood Studios or not. I remember there was a big hullabaloo when they removed the Citizens of Hollywood over there. And I don't know if they've come back or not.
I can't recall seeing anybody.
That's a miss.
I didn't go over on that side during
Sunset.
normal park operations on Sunset when I was there for after hours. So tell you what, tomorrow I'll go do some research.
There you go.
After work, I will go to Hollywood Studios and I will report back on whether Streetmosphere is happening in Hollywood Studios. I mean, I have to go over that way anyway. You know, the first thing one does when you get into the park is you go to the Brown Derby Lounge and get an old-fashioned roadie as you're walking around. So I'll be in that general direction. I'll let you know.
Are they better now? Because I remember you've gotten a couple not so good old fashions from there.
I've gotten some not so good old fashions from the inside bar, but
okay.
I've never had a bad one from the outside bar.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is.
Speaking of bars, Sterling and I went to Trader Sam's. And we were able to get reservations for inside.
Ah, cool.
We had walk-up reservations, and they sat us outside for ones, and I was like, well, no, I want to go inside. So I found one inside for like a couple days later. And he didn't know what went on in there at all. I'm like, okay, well, there's some fun stuff in here. There's some shows.
Yeah.
And found out that they have 3 shows for 3 drinks. That's it.
Oh,
and I'm thinking,
that's a lot less than...
I'm pretty sure Florida has like 5 or 6 different drinks you can order, and they'll do something about it.
Yeah.
So there's 3. There's one for the Krakatoa Punch.
Okay.
Which is a volcano erupting and stuff. There's one for the
yeah.
I'm gonna say there's one for the which Sterling wanted me to get. I'm like, I cannot drink that much. I'm sorry. That is a 2-person drink.
Yeah, and you're driving with the cart, so
yeah, exactly.
You don't want to drink and drive.
And the other one was something called the Shipwreck, and He asked, he's like, can we get one of these? I'm like, well, I had the Krakatoa the other day and didn't really like it. And that was outside. So we didn't get the show.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll do this Shipwreck. It was okay. It wasn't really a drink I'd usually get.
Yeah.
I think it was a bourbon based drink. So it was fine. Not my favorite. And they did a little show. There's a ship in a bottle show where it basically sinks. But while we were there, somebody had gotten the OS. So that's the fun one that we really like. So
Very cool.
yeah, and the food's pretty good. I also got a tiki rum.
I see what you did there.
Delicious. I love it. It was so good. I could have had like 3 of those. And they had a limited edition special drink. I can't remember what the drink was called, but it comes with a special edition tea mug.
Okay.
That looks like Ursula's cauldron from the Little Mermaid. It's big, it's purple, and it's amazing. So that came home with us.
That's now a candy bowl.
It is a candy bowl. It has a bunch of Tootsie Rolls and Starburst in it right now.
Nice. So it seems like the biggest difference between Trader Sam's in California and Florida is, the one in California is a lot bigger and you can get reservations for it. Whereas the one in Florida, there at the Poly, it's walk-up list only and it fills up instantly to like hours and hours and hours long.
Yep. Yeah, you could do we were sitting down having lunch and I was looking on the app and I think it was on Tuesday when we were there just getting lunch outside. It was rainy. So they were undercover, thankfully. But and I said, oh, look, there's one on Thursday. I will get that. So just keep looking through the app and you can usually find something.
Nice. Any other kind of highlights or notable things you want to cover?
We had an amazing time. We sat and watched the fireworks. Sterling liked that. I liked that. Let's see who else. Oh, we also saw Gaston. I forgot about that.
Oh, cool.
So had a good conversation with Gaston. We've talked with Gaston before.
Yeah.
He's always interesting to talk to. We had a really good time.
Yeah.
Just chill. We weren't feeling like we had to do too much.
Yeah.
We had some good downtime in the hotel room and went back at night. I really like going at night.
Yeah.
The crowds aren't quite as much, especially after fireworks. And it's just not as packed. It's not as crazy.
Yeah. It's a more enjoyable time when it's not completely wall to wall with people. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
I'm assuming Sterling got some pool time.
Yes. So he got some in the main pool at the DVC thing. It was really cold. It was like 52 degrees. And he's like, yay, pool. I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm not going in there. And then the Saturday we were there, we didn't have any park reservations. He wanted to go over to the D-ticket pool. So these are the pools for the main Disneyland hotel. They're named after like the ticket books that you would get.
A-ticket, E-ticket, C-ticket, yeah.
One of the pools is closed, though, right now for maintenance, and it happens to be the one with the slides.
Oh, no.
So he didn't get to go down the monorail slides because that one's closed.
Bummer.
But we did go to, I think it was the D-ticket pool, and swam around in there. It was nice, warm. It was just me and him for a while, and then other people came in, too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you had a lovely week at Disneyland.
It was good.
Sweet. Well, I'm looking forward to getting back to Disneyland myself here in August, if not before then. I know Alicia keeps eyeballing a few random weekends here and there to see if we can do a mini getaway. I'm not going to complain. It's just so nice having DVC points at Disneyland now.
Yeah.
We can just go when the Spirit moves us, and Delta Airlines moves us, of course.
Yes.
A few moments later.
Hey, Sterling, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so you were at Disneyland last week with Mom. What was your favorite part of your week?
My favorite part of the week. Oof, that's a hard question. I really loved building my very own lightsaber.
Yeah.
That was extremely fun.
Yeah, Mom said that you made some last-minute decisions there.
Yep.
Can you kind of share what that was?
I was going to do red or white. Since they didn't have white, I was going to go red, but I chose green.
Cool. The force moved and said, hey, green's your color?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very cool.
I guess Yoda must be proud.
Indeed. What was your favorite ride while you were there?
Big Thunder Mountain.
Awesome. I love that one, especially there in Disneyland.
Yes, it is fun. I think like the first time we were kind of like in the front middle.
Yeah.
And then like the second, third, last time we were in the very back.
Okay.
So fun.
I'm glad you liked it. What was your favorite snack or meal at Disneyland last week?
I really, really liked the Club 33 food.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not too fancy?
No.
Awesome.
Because you always know I kind of love pasta and pasta.
Yeah.
And also probably almost all the foods I had, which was either the main ones was pasta and of course chicken tenders.
Well, I mean, chicken tenders are important.
Of course they are.
Yeah. I got one more question for you. If you could share a tip with other kids your age who are about to go to Disneyland, what would that tip be?
Do not be afraid. Go on the rides, even if you don't want to. Trust me, it will be worth it. Because, I mean, I know I don't really like going on rides, but just to be with my family or to be with my mom
Yeah.
and just have fun like every day for a week, all day long, was magical.
Awesome.
It was just very happy, probably the happiest place on earth.
I see what you did there. Well, cool. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Well, we are not affiliated with Disney or their subsidiaries. These are our personal opinions and suggestions based on our own experiences. We recommend working with a travel agent or contacting Disney directly to plan your perfect vacation.
If you have any questions or suggestions, or if you would like to be interviewed on our show to share your Disney experience, please send an email to podcast@ourmousecapades.com.
Go ahead and give us a follow on social media. We're at Our Mousecapades pretty much everywhere on the socials. Give us a rating and review in your podcast app, especially Apple Podcasts. That really helps have the algorithm send more people our way.
Thank you for listening. We'll be in your ears next week.
Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.